How did you go about building your social media presence? Was that just a slow grind, or was that something, because that you built that up before you were working with the A's, or at least a good portion of it?
Yeah, well, I paid followers, Brandon. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I
that's
don't
great
know.
advice.
It's great advice, kids. No, I think for me, I woke up one day and just decided to be Jess Kleinschmidt instead of being the next Katie Nolan, the next Michelle Beadle. I was trying so hard to be them and Sarah Spain when I was like, well, why don't you just be Jess Kleinschmidt? So for me, it was just like, and humor definitely helps. I feel like baseball can be so, it's ran by a lot of broadcasters who are very boring, and I just wanted to be real, and like you could see the emotion on some of these guys' faces. So instead of just like asking them, I started developing relationships with them, like, hey, you look pissed, were you pissed? And it just kind of one of those things. And I definitely was more approachable in that regard, and I engage with my followers too. That is a
Yeah.
huge thing. People love to just tweet and that's it. And I think for me, the reason why I was so good at landing some of these jobs is because people would see on my social media, I would reply to people, sometimes just giving them their own shit because people are very mean on social media. But at the same time, I also felt like it was important to show people like, you can talk to me, whether it's I messed up on the broadcast or I need to do something better, or let's just have a conversation, because at the end of the day, I'm still just a normal person behind these tweets, because people didn't think I was a real person at one point, which was really bizarre. I like had, it just blows my mind. And so they see how approachable I am. That causes more people to follow my work, listen to me. I love talking to the fans out on the field. If they want me to sign something for them or just talk to them, I will do it, because I ultimately have a platform and I'm mentoring a lot of young women and people in this industry. And I feel like we need more of that. So for me, it was about being approachable, and seeing that I was approachable helped land jobs too. It was easy. Like NBC, they hired me through a DM. They're like, hey, we love your stuff. Why don't you come in for an interview? And those are those things that happen. And because it's no different. Like if I want to have somebody on my podcast, DMing them, that's how I got Foltis. Like you just DM them and they know you're a real person because they see you and they attach you to content. They see me talking to a person like I'm a normal person. Like that stuff is a game changer. People get so obsessed with followers and the number of them. It's like, well, then maybe talk to people, like be a normal person, and that'll maybe grow your following. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because I'm a very much quality over quantity. And maybe I'm just full of shit because I definitely have a lot of followers. So I'm like saying that. It's like when somebody's famous and rich, they're like, I'd be okay without money. You don't know what it's like to not have money. Shut up. So it's just kind of like that. So I think that's ultimately what it was. I wanted to be myself and authentic and vulnerable and real. And you can't not be that. Think about the broadcasting, 162 games where I'm on the radio, and it's like, I don't have parents. So when it's Mother's Day and Father's Day, I'm emotional, and we're all emotional on the broadcast. You have to be real about that stuff, because at the end of the day, we're an extension of the players, and we're an extension of the fans. We're in a way an extension of the game. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And so I want people to know that, like, yeah, there's a certain thing we have to abide by, but I'm just a normal person at the end of the day.